Hello, everyone. My small town hero would be Melissa Lotholz, who is a two-time Olympian for Canada in bobsledding. Melissa was born on December 2nd, 1992, in Barhead, Alberta, also my own hometown, which is a fairly small farming community with only about 4,300 population. We are also similar in our upbringing in the family farm sector, hers being a grain and cattle farm. The rigid life of agriculture, in her own words, taught her the value of hard work, the payoff of perseverance, importance of integrity, the power of perspective, and the relationship between risk and reward. Melissa's sledding adventures started at the age of 3, with her hauling her toboggan up on a slide and flying down in exhilaration. Melissa was a multi-sport athlete in high school, participating in basketball, badminton, volleyball, and track. Her provincial medals earned in high school track enabled her athletics to continue running as a sprinter at the University of Alberta. Melissa continued sprinting for multiple years at U of A until a former teammate's transition from sprinting to sledding caught her attention. She attended the Bobsleigh Canada ID camp and shortly after packed her belongings to move to Calgary to train and try out for the national bobsleigh team. She was successful in making the Olympic team and earned the position of brakeman. Her previous collegiate experience as a sprinter was pivotal for the brakeman role due to the amount of speed and power necessary to start moving the sled at the beginning of the race. The brakeman is also in charge of engaging the brakes on the 170-kilo sled. Being a rookie, the learning curve was very steep, much like the sport she was participating in. Her reign as a brakeman was formidable. In her first 4-year stint on the Olympic team, she accumulated 17 World Cup medals. These World Cup medals are similar to winning medals at meets over the course of a bobsleigh season, usually from November to February, therefore leading her to win the World Cup seasons in 2015-16 and the 2017-18 season, while winning second overall during the 2014-15 and 2016-17 World Cup seasons. She also finished with 2 silver placements at the annual World Championships in 2016 and 2017, with one of the most decorated female bobsledders, Kaylee Humphries. Melissa was also part of the first ever 4-woman bobsleigh team to compete at a men's World Cup event. This is large due to women's sport. They do not currently have a four women bobsleigh team at all. It's only maxes out at 2. So just the idea of expansion and being part of that expansion is a huge factor. In 2018, her childhood dream of being an Olympian finally came true. Her debut resulted in a 7th place finish in the 2-woman event. After her Olympic debut, Melissa decided to swap to the pilot position. The next 3 years were all developmental in preparation for the next Olympics in Beijing. In Beijing, she drove to a 12th place finish in the 2-woman event. Melissa has always also been training for the newly introduced event of monobob. This event consists of a solo sleigh operator rather than the traditional 2-woman events. She recently became the first Canadian woman to finish on the podium in the monobob event with a 3rd place finish in a World Cup event. Melissa is also the first Canadian woman to compete on an Olympic level as a pilot and as a brakewoman. As of today, Melissa has decided to take a step back from competing. Physical and mental exhaustion took its toll over the 8 years of competing internationally. She has decided to return to the University of Alberta to finish her Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Food Sciences, while also resuming her Olympic training after she finishes her schooling. Melissa also dedicates her time to Athletes in Action, which has ministry and volunteer opportunities that enable her to hone her foundation with her faith. Melissa has also started a clothing brand known as A Team Apparel with a teammate of hers that aims at creating opportunity for the Canadian athletic community. Melissa, while at U of A, is interning as a community builder in the development of the Olympic and elite athlete community. She wants to use her own personal experiences as a guideline for those to follow suit in their own Olympic ambitions. And here are the references to conclude this presentation of Melissa Lotholz, the Olympian of Barhead.